Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true.
Digital admin killed in suspected murder-suicide on Windward Road. Cops have identified the husband and wife who were found with gunshot wounds inside a vehicle on Windward Road in Kingston on Saturday night. The woman has been identified as Heather Munston, 59, an administrator at Digital Jamaica of a Smoky Vale, St. Andrew address. The other deceased is Wesley Mawson, 41, of the same address. Reports are that on Saturday night, the couple were traveling in a white Honda motor vehicle along Windward Road. It is alleged that upon reaching a traffic light, the vehicle came to a stop and shortly after, explosions were heard. Passerbys then summoned the police when the vehicle did not move. According to police report, the woman was seen slumped into the driver's seat with what appeared to be gunshot wound to the left side of her head, while the man was seen slumped in the left front passenger seat with what appeared to be gunshot wound to the head. Both victims were transported to hospital by the police, where the woman succumbed to her injuries. The man was pronounced dead on arrival. A firearm with a magazine containing 18 9mm rounds was reportedly retrieved from the vehicle. Dispute leaves father dead, son in custody. An early morning dispute between a father and his son left the older man dead and his son in custody. Dead is 74-year-old Clovis Fort, a taxi operator who lived in the Portmore housing scheme. According to the police, Fort returned home early Saturday morning and saw his son, whose name is being withheld pending charges, on the veranda watching a movie on his phone. An argument developed between them, during which the younger man tripped a brick on his father's car. They tussled, and then the son allegedly went to the kitchen and got a knife that he used to stab his father in his upper shoulder. Fort collapsed and his son sought assistance from neighbors in getting him to the Portmore hospital, where he was pronounced dead. His son was taken into custody. He is in custody. He has not yet been charged, Deputy Superintendent of Police Joseph Foster, who is commander for Zone 4 of the St. Mary Police Division, told reporters. "I'm in shock as both men are known to me over the years. Clovis would come to me at various times where there were domestic matters involving his son. It's just sad that this had to happen," he said. While it is unclear what led to Saturday morning's dispute, others have confirmed the SP Foster's statement that father and son have had a stormy relationship over the years. According to sources, Ford took his son to court on a previous occasion, but later opted not to proceed with the case in favor of mediation. Those who knew Clovis Ford said he was a popular and good-natured. He plied routes in Ochores area. The Portmore CIB is investigating. MP Michelle Charles apologizes for viral orange rag video. Member of Parliament for St. Thomas Eastern, Dr. Michelle Charles, is under fire for an inappropriate social media post in which she was recorded stuffing an orange rag under a constituent's dress. Charles, a Jamaica Labour Party legislator, posted the video to her TikTok account on Friday. The video, which was one of several posted to the MP's account, showing constituents who reportedly visited the constituency office for assistance. The constituent, who Charles has since identified as Miss K, is seen in the video wearing what appeared to be an army green dress. She also had an orange rag in her possession. "This have to hide, it have to hide now. Can't worry about that, it have to hide now, not true. Show our labor rights," Charles said in the 11-second video while stuffing the rag under the woman's dress. It carried the caption, "All orange rag have to hide." Orange is the main color used by the opposition People's National Party in representational politics. The constituent, who appeared to smile nervously, nudged the agreement with Charles' comment. A repost of the video on X, formerly known as Twitter, attracted more than 200 comments criticizing the first-term MP's actions. Several users argued that Charles' actions were tantamount to sexual harassment, while others described it as tribunal politics and a violation of the woman. On Saturday, Charles issued an apology via social media and indicated that she would temporarily withdraw from the space. "I made a post recently that, in hindsight, was inappropriate and inadvertently caused people discomfort and concern," the statement said. "I would like to offer an unequivocal apology to any constituent, JLP supporter and friend, Miss K, and to anyone offended by the post. Although the post was meant in jest, I acknowledge that it should not have been used and made at all, and for that I apologize," it stated. The MP said that she had reviewed her social media policy and will ensure that all future posts adhere to the high standards. "Consequently, I will temporarily withdraw from social media space while the necessary internal safeguards and standards operating procedures are developed. I am committed to providing the best representation to my constituent as we work together to develop St. Thomas Eastern, Charles said. The JLP has not publicly commented on the matter. Police constable shot and killed in Clarendon. A policeman was shot and killed on the Sandy Bay Main Road in Mapen, Clarendon on August 5th. He has been identified as 32-year-old Constable Justin Martin, who was attached to the St. Catherine North Police Division. Constable Martin's license for firearm was also stolen. Reports were that the constable was among other patrons at a bar around 12:10 a.m. when armed men accosted them. A struggle reported ensued during which Constable Martin was shot multiple times. He was taken to hospital where he succumbed to his injuries while undergoing treatment. The police command has expressed condolences to the family, friends and colleagues of Martin, while noting that the force's chaplaincy branch and welfare department are providing support to them. 2 men killed in fire in Hanover. 2 men perished in a house fire in Lucy, Hanover. Dead are 75-year-old Barrington Grant, also known as Barry, of First Hill District, and 33-year-old Dalton Burke. Reports are that firefighters received calls about the blaze at around midnight. When they arrived on the scene, the building was seen engulfed in flames. Following cooling down operations, the charred remains of Grant and Burke were found among the rubble. The cause of the fire has not yet been ascertained. Investigations continue. Pilot project for new rural school bus transportation system to be done by year-end. A pilot project for the new rural school bus transportation system will be done by the end of this year. Transport Minister Darrell Voss made the disclosure during a tour of the Halfway Tree Transport Center in Kingston. Last month, the minister outlined the plan for the implementation of the new bus system as a major part of his vision for the transformation of the sector. Mr. Voss said the new system will ensure safe, secure, and efficient transportation for students. He said discussions about the project are far advanced.
Looking at it, our first draft, the chairman here and the MD for Transport Authority have been tasked. They are having discussions. So what we really want to do with that is to have a pilot project first and foremost. And we want to have the pilot project between now and the end of the year, just to see whether or not what we have come up with can work. And that is also something that may take the way of a public-private partnership as well, because that would be the easiest way in terms of getting private sector investment to be able to fund it and we just regulate it. So it's exciting, and you will hear something more on it. But definitely a pilot project of some form is being planned between now and the end of this calendar year.
18-year-old facing multiple charges following shooting incident in Portmore. An 18-year-old laborer of Portmore Villa, Gregory Park in St. Catherine, has been arrested and charged following an incident in the parish on Thursday, June 29. Kawasi Simit has been charged with assault at common law, unauthorized possession of prohibited ammunition, and unauthorized possession of a prohibited weapon. Reports from the Portmore police are that about 8:27 p.m., a man was at a business place on Baptist Road in the parish when he heard an explosion. Shortly after, he saw 2 men walking briskly towards him, one of whom pulled a firearm from his waistband and pointed it at them. He became fearful for his life and in defense pulled his firearm and opened gunfire in the direction of the men. The men ran in separate directions. Simit later turned up at hospital with injuries. He was treated and released in the custody of the police. He was subsequently charged following an identification parade and an interview session. His accomplice is still at large. His court date is being finalized.
Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification